Okay, so there are many ways for you to model things, and since this is a beginner overview, taking our time to do everything, as from the previous video shows you, I've set up two images, two different little projects that we can do that'll just help you to exercise things, and I made them very simple so you're not pressured to make an arm or a head or a hand or anything like that. They're just little shapes that will help you practice. You will see people who will subdivide things and mirror them, and then just from this view, and they have reference on another screen, they will start to manipulate shapes and do things and turn them into low poly items. I'm going to get rid of these, and I suggest that you probably do a little bit of the same, because you don't really need the light or the camera. But very often you will also run into people that either have reference directly on Blender itself. I've seen people put them as background references or use them to shape and model over, and that's what I want to show you. The first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to add in images. Now you can add JPEG or PNG. One of the image files is JPEG and one is PNG. And I think, well, the first thing that I want to do is to add a new collection. So right over here where it says scene collection, I want to go up here where that little, looks like a little file box cabinet thing. We're going to click on that, and we're going to rename it by double clicking reference. I just put ref because that's just what I do. And I'm going to highlight that. So we want this to be, I like to have the reference in a different collection altogether because we already have the cube in the other collection, right? So what you're going to do is, now the file that you are going to use is going to be called, where is it at? So it is called Super Magical Drawings. It's going to be a zip file, and it just has two things, and it has shape 1 and shape 2. That's it. So in this particular file, or in this particular video, if you kind of look over at the corner there's going to be a zip file right there. I can't show it to you because I'm recording the video that you're watching, so can't do that. There are a few different ways. If you go online and you look at some tutorials, and I do mention having this because it is helpful. If you go to edit and you go to preferences, if you type in images as plain, or for your add-ons, if you type in image, it'll say import export images as planes. This image paste, that's from an add-on that I have. And that's cool to have, but here's what I want to do and show you the easiest way possible. We're going to go into, you're going to press 1 on your number pad key to go into front orthographic. And you are going to go over here to right where it says you're in object mode, view, select, and you're going to go to add. You're going to go down until you get to image. So make sure that you have your own image. Now you're going to go over and you are going to go to reference. Not background, not images as planes, or these other two extra ones that I have because you probably don't have them. Reference. Now it is going to open up your Blender file view that's going to show all of your views, and you're going to go to, after you've unzipped your folder, please unzip the folder and unzip the folder, unzip the file, and you're going to have this. We're going to go to Super Magical Drawings, and then you are going to go to shape 1, and you are going to load reference image. Now, I'm going to zoom in here, and you're going to see that you have an empty, right? So with the empty, I don't want you to do anything else at all. The first thing that I want you to do is rename it front. Or you could rename it front view. And press OK. Now, if you want to resize this, you click onto it. We can press S for resize. Let's kind of resize this a little bit bigger right here. And what I want to do is to go click on here to front view. And we are going to, well, we're going to duplicate it. So I'm going to go to copy. And I'm going to go to 3. Whoops. 3. I'll go right underneath here, and I'm going to see if I can get it to paste. With Control V. Now, I've pasted it again, right? So here it is. It's a red line. Right? So if I want to, just see that I have the red line right here. So I have, so it just copy and paste it in place. You can do that. So that's one. That's the side view. So there are 2 copies of this. I want to highlight this copy, and we want to rotate it on the Z axes. So we can actually rotate it on, I think we rotate it on the Z axis from here. And we want to rotate it 90 degrees. So the thing about the rotation is that when you see it's going in the right direction, well, it's pretty much going to rotate everything. You're pretty much going to rotate 90 degrees. Hit enter, and there we go. So now, because that's the easiest way. Now you can hit R, rotate Z, rotate on the Z axis 90. But trying to remember all that, it's a little bit like, ugh. So let's check. We have 1, that's our front view. We have 3, that's our right view. So now what I want to do is I want to go back to my front view, and you see right over here it says front. I want to take this because they're the same size, so I don't really have to do very much. I am going to click onto my, I can either click my front view, or I can go up and use the cube. I can either move the screen or the cube. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab front view. Oh, and I want to rename this to side view. Sorry about that. Side has 1 S. So click onto front view, and we are going to, well, we're going to move this. We can move that a little. We can move the entire viewport over, but I do want to hit the move tool, and I want to move this over here, and then I'm going to highlight the cube, and we're going to move that down. And we're going to try and center it a bit. I'm not too worried about if you have this centered, because that's not really what this is about. You just move it over a little bit with the selected, and we're fine. So now we're going to go to 3. So with 3, with the side view, we want to click on side view. I want to move this over. I want it to be right about in the middle too. All right. So what should happen is we have front view, side view, and everything is in the center. Now we haven't sized anything or whatever. What we want to do is I want you right now, I want you to go up and I want you to just save the file. So file, save as, whatever you want to save it to. All right, I just saved it off of screen. It's there. So the other thing that I want to show you is that you might be afraid that when you start pushing things back, as we're about to do, that you might be selecting these, but we're going to do that in the next video. So the reason why I took my time with that is so you can go back over those steps in case you had to pause or whatever. I'm going to stop right now, and then we're going to do part 2, or the next part of arranging the images, and you'll see what I'm talking about in the next video.